Hey, this is James Glass with James Glass Company, and this is the second in the video series for retrofit door installations. This is a door over at Linda's house, and this is sort of phase 2. Phase 1 video covered demolition and the cleanup associated with demolition, and this is the basic door installation prior to finish work. And there are a couple really key features when installing a door, new construction or retrofit like this, and this video is going to take you through them. So one thing to look at is, if you look really closely, it's going to be hard, there's some shadows in the video here, but you'll notice that the building is not straight. It's very hard to tell in this video, but basically there's like a ½ inch gap at the bottom of the door, and you know, 3/16 inch gap up over there, and you know, over here it ranges from about 5/8 at the bottom to a little beyond 3/4. And so it's critical that the door be installed perfectly plumb and perfectly, absolutely, just there's no flaw for this. You've got to get the door level in both directions. It has to be plumb. Now this masonry work flares out at the bottom on this side and doesn't on the other, things like that. So that'll be covered up with trim and finish work. But here's what you're looking for. Here's a level. You always start by installing the jamb side, and you can see that is perfectly level. And put it in the other direction. A little bit of backlighting there, but that is perfectly level. Once the jamb, the hinge side is in, hinge jamb is in, you can come over here and do the other side. And again, you can see, it's kind of hard to see the level, but it's perfectly level, and this of course is perfectly level. Now this particular door is being installed into masonry, so I used a 4-inch Tapcon unit, and in this basement mechanical room application there was no need to recess the Tapcon and cover it with Bondo, although sometimes for finish purposes I do that. The way I got the door straight in the opening is with shims, and you can look and see there's, I've already cut the shims off, but there's shims there, and you'll also notice that the shims correspond with the hardware, and that's because this piece of hardware here is, when I drill through it, actually I catch the shims and it helps hold the shims in place. And it'll be vitally important. I'll be filling this entire cavity with spray foam, so there won't be any air leaks. I'll build a custom trim that runs from here over to the masonry. This masonry is not perfectly level. This is perfectly level, so I will build a piece of trim that fits perfectly and goes all the way around. But before I put that trim up, that'll be phase 3, and I'll shoot a video of the finished work there too. Before I put that trim up, spray foaming is absolutely critical. This was a well-built house, built in the middle 60s. This is brick clad. There's a 6-inch CMU wall on the other side of it. They did a very nice job. There's a proper lintel in up here. It's carrying the weight really well. This house is almost 50 years old, and you can see there are no cracks. The old door was just worn out, and there was a dog door, and this is going to have a dog door also, a very high efficiency dog door. The dog door costs more than this entryway. By the way, you'll notice that I have an extremely deep jamb here, and there's a reason for that. I need to be able to deal with the brick clad siding as well as the 6-inch block. Now this house is actually an 8-inch block, but just this mechanical room has a 6-inch block just in this area, and then a 4-inch clad, of course, with the gap in between. And the last thing that's really critical when installing both new construction and retrofit doors is to seal the threshold so that water and bugs can't get in. What you're looking at there is a bead of white silicone. And it's a little ugly. When it fully dries, it's almost fully dry, I'll take my razor knife and I'll trim it perfectly flush with the threshold. And I put a bead both on the outside as well as the inside of the threshold. And now that'll keep critters and things from getting out. So to review, you've got a door that's absolutely, both jambs are absolutely parallel to one another. They're absolutely straight. The door's nice, and we fit it into the irregular opening of the house. We shimmed it. We used the appropriate hardware, exterior grade Tapcons, There'll also be toggle bolts, galvanized hot dip toggle bolts, 2 on each side of the jamb. Haven't put those in yet. I'll put them in after the spray foam. And it's really securely mounted. It's absolutely straight, absolutely plumb. Caulk the threshold, and now that is a good long door installation. It's not going to get warped or messed up or anything. It'll be in the house for another 50 years. So thanks for watching this video on the retrofit door installation, and check out my other videos on the YouTube channel, and you can see the other videos in this 3-part series on how to install a door. Thanks.